Hey everyone, and a huge welcome back to Tune in English. I'm your host, Adam, and I am absolutely thrilled to be joined today by my fantastic friend, Chloe. Thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me, Adam. I'm really excited to be on the show.
Today, we're diving into a topic I think we can all relate to, talking about a day without your phone. We'll have a natural, native-style chat about our own experiences. We'll also be using and explaining some really useful idioms later on, so make sure you stick around until the end.
Definitely. And feel free to repeat after us to practice your speaking and shadowing skills.
That's right. If you're enjoying our conversation, please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to Tune in English for more content. Now, Chloe, should we dive into our phone-free day stories?
Let's do it.
Welcome back to Tune in English, everyone. I'm Adam.
And I'm Chloe. It's great to be here.
So we're talking about a day without our phones, a real digital detox challenge. Chloe, when did you first realize your phone was gone?
Oh, it was the second I woke up. My morning routine was completely out of whack. I always check my phone first thing, but that day my alarm clock was just silent. I felt so lost.
I know that feeling. It's like a part of you is missing. My brain was playing tricks on me. I kept thinking I felt it vibrate in my pocket, but my pocket was empty.
Yes, the phantom vibration syndrome. It's a real thing. I finally had to face the music. My phone was not in the house. I left it at my friend's apartment the night before.
Oh no, so you were truly committed to this experiment. You couldn't just go grab it.
Not at all. I had a moment of pure panic. How would I check my schedule? My bus passes on my phone. I was running out of steam before my day even began.
That sounds so stressful. For me, it was a choice. I wanted to see if I could do it, but the anxiety was real. I felt disconnected from the whole world. It was like a sudden blessing in disguise I didn't ask for.
A blessing? Really? I wasn't seeing any upside yet. I had to find a real paper map. I felt like a tourist in my own city. It was a whole new ballgame for sure.
A paper map? That's ancient history. But I get it. It forces you to plan differently. I had to actually talk to people for directions. It was awkward at first.
I bet. So your morning was about adapting. Mine was about pure survival. I just wanted my digital lifeline back. I wasn't happy about this challenge yet.
It's a tough habit to break. Our phones are such a huge part of our lives. This experiment really caught on like wildfire at my office, though. Many people are trying it now.
Well, I wasn't a willing participant, but okay, my morning was rough. Let's see how the rest of the day went.
Absolutely. But first, let's take a quick break to walk through some of the great phrases we just used. Stick with us. Okay, listeners, time for our phrases walkthrough. We used some good ones. Chloe, want to start?
Sure. The first one was out of whack. This means something is not working correctly or is disorganized.
Perfect. Example, my sleep schedule is out of whack after my vacation.
Next, Adam said his brain was playing tricks on him. This means you feel like you are seeing or hearing something that isn't really there.
Yes. Example, I thought I saw my friend, but my eyes were playing tricks on me.
Then I said I had to face the music. This means you have to accept the unpleasant consequences of your actions.
A great phrase. Example, I failed the test and now I have to face the music and tell my parents.
I also said I was running out of steam. This means you are losing energy or enthusiasm.
Example, I was running out of steam halfway through the marathon.
Then Adam called the situation a blessing in disguise. This is something that seems bad at first but has a good result later.
Example, missing that bus was a blessing in disguise because I met my best friend while waiting.
I called it a whole new ballgame. This means a completely different situation.
Example, working from home is a whole new ballgame compared to the office.
And finally, Adam said the trend caught on like wildfire. This means something became popular very quickly.
Example, that new song caught on like wildfire on social media. Excellent! Those were all the phrases from this section. Remember to repeat them for practice.
And we'll have more phrases after the next part of our story.
So let's continue our discussion after the break. We'll talk about the afternoon without our phones.
And we're back on Tune in English. I'm Adam, here with Chloe.
Hi again. So, we survived the morning without our phones. Just about.
Barely. But the afternoon was a real turning point for me. The initial panic started to fade. I began to notice things around me. It was like a breath of fresh air. I wasn't just staring at a screen.
See, my experience was different. I had to get some work done, and it was a total nightmare without my phone. All my two-factor authentication codes go to it. I was beating around the bush for an hour, avoiding my computer.
Oh no, I didn't even think about that. That's a huge problem. You were really in a pickle, weren't you?
A huge pickle. I finally had to bite the bullet and call my friend from my landline. Yes, I still have one. I had to ask her to read my codes to me. It felt so old-fashioned.
That's actually pretty funny, but you found a solution. You problem-solved without your device. For me, the best part was lunch. I went to a cafe and just watched people. I wasn't distracted. I was completely in the moment. It was peaceful.
Okay, I'm a little jealous of that. My lunch break was stressful, but after the cold drama was over, something shifted. I finished my work and went for a walk. No music, no podcast, just the city sounds.
And? What was that like?
Surprisingly nice. I noticed little shops I never see. I heard birds. I wasn't on cloud 9 or anything, but I was calmer. My constant need for stimulation, it just vanished.
That's amazing. It's like your brain finally got a real break. You weren't burning the candle at both ends by multitasking all the time.
Exactly. I wasn't trying to walk, listen to a podcast, and text at the same time. I was just walking. It was simpler. I started to see the upside you talked about.
It's a powerful feeling, right? To not be constantly connected. It makes you realize how much we rely on these little devices. They are such a handful sometimes.
They really are. But by the late afternoon, I have to admit, I wasn't missing it as much. I was reading a real book. It felt good.
See? The digital detox was working its magic. But the day wasn't over yet. The evening brought its own set of challenges and surprises.
That's true. But let's save that for the next part. First, we should go over the new phrases we used.
Great idea. Let's do that now.
Welcome back to the phrases walkthrough. I'll start. I said my work situation was a total nightmare. This means a very bad or difficult situation.
Example, my commute today was a total nightmare because of the traffic.
Then I said I was beating around the bush. This means avoiding talking about the main issue or problem.
Example, stop beating around the bush and tell me what really happened.
Adam said I was in a pickle, which is a fun way to say in a difficult situation.
Example, I forgot my wallet, so I'm in a bit of a pickle.
So I had to bite the bullet. This means to force yourself to do something difficult or unpleasant.
Example, I had to bite the bullet and finally clean my messy garage.
Adam said he was in the moment, meaning he was focused only on the present, not distracted.
Example, during the concert, I was completely in the moment.
He also said I wasn't on cloud 9, which is an idiom meaning extremely happy.
Example, when she got the job, she was on cloud 9.
And finally, Adam said I wasn't burning the candle at both ends. This means working too hard or exhausting yourself by doing too much.
Example, you look tired. You've been burning the candle at both ends.
Those were all the new phrases. Practice them by repeating after us.
And we have one final part of our story coming up next, the evening without our phones. Welcome back for the final part of our phone-free day story on Tune in English. I'm Adam.
And I'm Chloe. We left off in the late afternoon. I was actually starting to enjoy the peace.
Me too. But evening plans were the real test. I was meeting friends for dinner. I was worried I'd be late. I had to leave the house on the dot to catch the bus. No last-minute texts to say 5 minutes away.
Oh, the pressure. I had a similar situation. I was supposed to video call my family. That was obviously out of the question. I felt really bad about it. I thought I'd let them down.
That's a tough one. But what did you do instead?
Well, I had to think outside the box. I used my laptop to send an email. My brother saw it and actually called me on my landline. We had a proper long talk. It was nicer than a quick video call.
See? A happy accident. Sometimes being forced to change our habits is good. My dinner was the same. I was the first one there. I just sat and people watched. When my friends arrived, I was all ears for their stories. I wasn't distracted.
That sounds lovely. I think we both learned to be more present. My evening was quiet. I read, I listened to the radio. It was a far cry from my usual scrolling through social media.
A total far cry. I didn't feel like I was missing out at all. In fact, I felt more connected to the real world. The constant noise of notifications was gone. My brain felt quieter.
Yes, that's the perfect way to describe it. The FOMO, the fear of missing out, just disappeared. I was content with what I was doing right then. It wasn't exciting, but it was meaningful.
So the big question, would we do it again? For me, absolutely. It was a powerful reset. I'm not throwing in the towel on my phone forever, but I'll take more breaks.
I agree. It was difficult, but valuable. I saw how much I depend on it. Now I want to be more intentional. Maybe one phone-free evening per week. It's a good start.
That's a great goal. It's all about balance. We don't need to get rid of our phones. We just need to remember to look up sometimes.
Exactly. To be present in our own lives.
Well, that's the story of our day without phones. Let's now walk through the final set of phrases we used.
Time for our last phrases walkthrough. Adam said he had to leave on the dot, which means exactly at a specific time.
Example, the meeting starts at 9 a.m. on the dot, so don't be late.
I said a video call was out of the question, meaning it was impossible or not allowed.
Example, another coffee? I'm sorry, that's out of the question. It's too late.
I thought I would let them down, which means to disappoint someone.
Example, I worked hard because I didn't want to let my team down.
Adam said he was all ears, meaning he was listening intently and with full attention.
Example, tell me about your idea. I'm all ears.
I said it was a far cry from my usual habit, meaning it was very different from something.
Example, this quiet town is a far cry from busy city life.
Adam said he didn't feel like he was missing out, meaning he didn't feel he was losing a chance for a good experience.
Example, I'm happy staying home. I don't feel I'm missing out on the party.
And finally, Adam said he wasn't throwing in the towel, which means giving up or quitting.
Example, it's a difficult project, but I'm not throwing in the towel yet.
And that's a wrap on all our phrases. We hope you learned something new today.
Thanks for tuning in to Tune in English. Keep practicing your English listening and speaking every day. We know that was a lot of new phrases, but don't feel overwhelmed.
Absolutely. Just pick one or two of your favorites and try to use them this week. Practice makes perfect.
And remember, you can download the full story and all examples as a free PDF from the link in the description below. It's a great study tool.
If you enjoyed this lesson, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to Tune in English, and tell us in the comments Which phrase did you like best?
We post new videos every week to help you on your English journey. Thanks for watching.
We'll see you in the next video.